It's gonna be a lovely day today. I can already feel it, weather-wise, and also just in general. I've been doing a whole heap of vlogging today. I have started doing like mini vlogs for TikTok. I had to set the camera up twice essentially just to like remember that I'm also supposed to be doing it for YouTube. So that is like something I'm getting used to doing. I'm about to start working from home. I never vlog this part of my day. I always say that whenever I'm vlogging it, so clearly I do vlog it, but I just don't vlog it that often. It is 9:30 in the morning. I've been up since 6-ish. Did a little bit of writing this morning, planning out an essay that I'm writing, which I might get into a little bit later. The devotional went out this morning as well, and it's now 9:30. I've been up for roughly 3 hours. And yeah, I'm gonna have a good day. Yesterday I was tired, so I had 5 hours sleep and everything was feeling quite existential. But I'm feeling better today. I think the plan is to do some Pilates at home and go for a run, I think. It is going to be the hottest day we've had so far this year, and I hate running when it's like really hot because the aircon in the gym isn't always like working properly. It doesn't feel like, so that's going to be fun. I'm trying to get used to these glasses. They're a lot narrower than I usually go for. I was influenced. This shape is very popular online at the minute, and so these are a little bit closer to what I was going for with the sunglasses that I got the other day. They're a lot bigger on my face. Up in Angel again. I really do enjoy walking around this area, especially on such a nice day. I am on a lunch break. I grabbed a meal deal from Sainsbury's, and then I had a little bit of a walk around the shops. And now I'm going to start the second block of working for the day. I just finished doing remote work for my job, and now I'm going to do some writing bits. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the left side of your body. And exhale, twist towards the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. 2 more. Lower your arm and your leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, sweep your right arm back. And then exhale, reach your arm forward. Up. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, straighten your arms, open through your heart. Then exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Letting your hands fall back behind you. Keep breathing. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Only 2 more to go. Then press down through your heels, squeeze your glutes. Last one. Well done. Let's hold both feet down. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. Just took my hair out of a ponytail. Don't know why I announced that. It is Monday. It is 4:37. I have just finished writing a devotional for the week. I tend to write my devotionals on Mondays. I tend to get them done on Mondays as well. It didn't used to be that way. When I first started writing them, I struggled a little bit. It used to take me a lot longer, but now, because I'm writing about things that are almost exclusively things that are ministering to me, it's easier to just kind of like rapidly get them down onto a page. And so I've done that, which is great. I don't know if I've mentioned in this vlog, I'm a writer. I went to uni for journalism, and then I also did a master's in creative writing and publishing, and then I set up a WordPress, a blog, and now I have a Substack. So I've been self-publishing for over 5 years now. At the moment I am at crushball.substack.com, where I write faith mini essays as well as cultural kind of current affairs-y type essays. One comes out on a Wednesday, which is the little faith note, and then the other one comes out on a Sunday, which is the essay that I've been writing for longer. I incorporated faith into my writing maybe about 2 years ago, which has gone very quickly. I started in 2024, so yeah, 2 years, which is when I started my Substack. But I mean, themes of faith and like biblical teachings, I think I've always featured in my work, even if it's not being directly or explicitly referenced. But anyway, I've written about pruning, being pruned, being cut back in order to go further and flourish and be more fruitful, essentially. I mean, I speak about this all the time, about qualities, obviously like negative ones, that kind of attach themselves or fasten themselves onto you during the years where you don't really know God like that, and then when you come to him and you start taking your faith seriously or your relationship with God seriously, he starts to kind of like clean you up and get rid of things that are holding you back. He will cut those things away, which just by the very nature of the language being used, it is a painful process. And then on top of that, he will cut parts of you back, bits of you that need to be cut away with precision in order for them to grow back larger, more fruitful, able to bear more fruit. Obviously the analogy is taken from trees with fruit. My family's got like a plum tree and an apple tree actually, but there's a plum tree we share with our neighbour, and last year our neighbour cut a lot of it back, mainly to kind of just get it out of both of our hair a little bit, because it's quite a massive tree that kind of goes like across the full length of the fence that divides the two gardens. And that year it grew more plums, like more little mini red plums than it ever has, to the point where there is now dried fruit from last year that's still hanging on the trees while the new plums are coming in, because the new plums have started to come in now, little green plums. I was looking at it this morning and my dad and I were talking about it yesterday. That is what pruning essentially is. Relationships or like ventures or anything in your life, because God kind of deals with it all, that he thinks is going to be a blessing onto you and others, that needs to kind of be cleared up a little bit and cut back for its own good in order for it to like take a leap forward and do really well. The weather has been very temperamental today. It was hailing like an hour ago. But anyway, that is what the devotional is about this week, and it's all written. Literally some artwork for it. Now, I have a course that I do on a Monday evening at church. I've got like 2 or 3 more sessions of it left and then it's finished. So in an hour or so I think I need to get ready for that. I read an article over the weekend about the whole thing of having your wedding published in Vogue, like the digital version of Vogue mostly. And I featured it in the series I do on TikTok called Things That Inspired Me, which if you're not following me on TikTok, you are missing out on a different variation of content, but mainly that series. I wouldn't so much say that it inspired me, I just found it really interesting. Like, the author of the piece, she was saying that obviously Vogue is not what it used to be in regards to it having its foot in the centre of like the public conversation regarding fashion and influence. There are so many different like options for you sourcing your content and like your authoritative voice in the world of fashion now. There's a lot of substacks that do fashion commentary, as well as like the whole fashion scene just being a little bit more watered down and more accessible, which is not a bad thing. But anyway, the author of the article, which I believe is Charlotte something, I will put her name somewhere, was saying that Vogue, it's only like foothold, the only foothold it really has left nowadays is like the whole wedding thing. It is a thing that people will design their wedding from start to finish with Vogue in mind. A lot of people are looking for that validation, especially there being so many creative people around now who feel like they need to be certified by something. They obviously have a criteria, like an unspoken criteria, which is like whether you've got the it factor or not, they'll know it when they see it. And some people, obviously, as I said, will like design their weddings with Vogue in mind, and Vogue will reject it. And there was somebody that was mentioned in the article that apparently had to go, like, they cut off all of their friends and like all the people that were closest to them as a result of not being featured in the Vogue for their wedding, and then they had to go to like this wellness retreat to kind of get back on track afterwards. There was also a line in the article that I found interesting about how showing your creative side has like more currency now than being a rich person. Like being a creative person has more social currency than being a rich person. Hence why people, even if you haven't got a massive amount of money, will still chase Vogue to have their wedding featured, because your wedding is essentially a creative outlet, which is an interesting way to think about a wedding. Anyway, I thought I'd shout out that article. I am getting ready to go to the course at church. I don't normally wear makeup, but I think I might put on a little, and why not record that? All this stuff just falling out of my makeup bag, and I only really want 2 things. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows with this NYX eyebrow glue that I use all the time, and then I think I will just do some mascara. I've spoken about the course that I do at my church before, and it's quite intense, and I think that's kind of why me and most other people don't really tend to, it's just not the place really to like come with a beat face. I mean, you can do it if you want, but it just isn't that sort of environment. So when I do wear makeup, I keep it very light, and this tends to be what I do. Just gonna curl my eyelashes as well. I'm going to take my big fluffy brush and my Laura Mercier powder, which is a translucent powder but it's brown, and I'm going to just like do a little bit. That's a lot. Making a mess. That's such a waste. I'm going to cover my face in it just so my skin looks a little bit more cohesive. I'm quite oily, so... Okay, not that I would have worn blush in this situation, but I'm kind of going off blush a little bit. Even when I'm like doing a little bit more of a beat, I'm kind of going back to what we throwing it back to, like the 2016 days where we're doing full beats with like with little to no dimension, and that's what blush does. It brings a little bit more dimension and like signs of life to your face, and I'm kind of going off of that. I'm kind of going more for something like this, but like with more like with foundation and concealer and stuff like that. That's just a little bit of a side note from me. Oh, I will say that when my Fenty concealer ran out, I didn't replace it. I just got the foundation, which I get it in the same shade, which is 420, which is just my skin tone, not any lighter or darker. This just has a far more natural finish. I use it as I would like a concealer. I cover like any dark marks I've got on the sides of my face, and then I use it like underneath my eyes as well, and it just looks more like skin to me. Brought these little studs. They're not really like gonna show properly until I put them in, but I brought these little studs the other day when I don't feel like wearing hoops and I want to keep it very understated, like an everyday kind of earring situation. I have my second hole pierced on this side and I only got one on that side, and so there's 2 sets in here. One is slightly bigger than the other, but you can't really tell. And then they sent me like another one. I'm not sure why. I think it probably came as a 2 in the product description. I just didn't look at it properly. But I got them from ASOS. Like so. I've got a little bit of time before I'm supposed to go, but I'm also starving and I don't have time now to like make something at home. I had like a piece of toast. Again, I had like 3 pieces of toast in total. And so I might just like walk really slowly to Sainsbury's and get a meal done and just stand somewhere and eat it. I feel like carrying this bag today, which I don't really wear that much anymore, but I do still like it. What is the official name of this bag? I don't know. It's a viral bag. and I got it 2 years ago, 3.5. I'm going to change into my tailored trousers. I realise I'm still wearing like my home tracksuit bottoms. I forgot to change out of them. And I'm going to wear my Nike Shocks, which are black and orange. The audio, whenever I film on my iPhone, because I'm filming on my iPhone today, it's very echoey. The mic in the camera on my Sony is obviously better, so I will try and fix that. But I apologise if that's like annoying. I was gonna come on here while eating my breakfast because I thought that would be fun for some reason. Made myself some oats in a fun little jar and I finished it. Yeah, it's Wednesday morning. I'm going to the Ideal Home show, which I've never been before. I'm going with my parents because they go every year. I'm assuming it's like an interiors sort of exhibition for the Ideal Home magazine. So how could I say no to that? So yeah, I'm not working this morning. Oh my gosh, the perks of like working for your father, right? I sound like such a Nepo baby, but I'm going to the Antiques Roadshow. I'm going to the Ideal Home show instead of working this morning. Might do some work when I get back, who knows. But yeah, I'm dressed. I've got these fun earrings in which I'm not too sure about because I feel like they're sticking out a bit, but isn't this very Ideal Home-ish? I don't know. I'm wearing a slouchy bag that I think I've referenced in this vlog already, and a jean shirt, my dad's jean shirt from Armani from years ago. I'm surprised it's still in good condition, but it pretty much stays on this rack. Sorry, the phone keeps going wonky because the suction thing clearly isn't strong enough. But yeah, I'm wearing tailored trousers with it as well, and my brown Pumas. Plant is blooming. We've got such nice blossoms around here. Look at this one, this tree's huge. Oh. We're back in this bedroom again, but I am on my way out, so I promise you won't be looking at these yellow walls for long. Yesterday was the Ideal Home Show exhibition thing that I went to with my parents. I think I mentioned that I feel that it is in relation to the Ideal Home magazine. When I asked my parents, they weren't like entirely sure. I don't think they care. They normally just go to like make, not impulse buys because they're like far more responsible than I am. And that's what I would be doing if I was going there with a home to buy for. But they go there basically to see if there's anything that kind of fits what they might have in mind. Namely to do with the garden, which we're doing up next year. And so I was with them looking at stuff for that. And yeah, I had a good time. I just more liked being with my parents, really. I also brought these glasses. I've got like a clip of me trying them on at this like sunglass market stall thing they had there. And when I tried them on, I was like, oh yeah, I like these. I like big sunglasses usually. When I showed my mum, she was like, oh, they're a little bit square. And I was like, no, I like them. When I put them on yesterday when I got home, I was just like, no. I don't know, I feel like I've just been making some very funny choices with sunglasses recently. The other ones that I got were just, I'm getting used to them now, I kind of like them, but they felt a little bit too narrow and like rectangle, and now these ones feel too square and big. Anyway, I am dressed. I'm wearing my winter coat because I feel like I can get away with wearing it with like a little vest top underneath, and I've got some blue jeans on, and I'm just taking myself out. It is a nice day. I've been to the gym. I had a nice little run and I did some upper body stuff, and I like going out after I've gone for a run. I'm gonna go and browse around, I think. I'm gonna take myself up to London, like Central, and then stop by and have a nice little cup of tea or something. I really don't have a lot on at the latter end of this week, so I'm just going to take it as the opportunity to chill. I've been sleeping a lot as well, and I feel like I'm done with that to a certain degree. I have my everyday bag, a nice little slouchy, medium to big bag with me. I've got a minimal amount of makeup on, and I've got the last Joan Didion collection, Selection Towards Bethlehem, that I brought in the last year. And I've got Animal Farm. You might be wondering why I haven't finished such a small book. On top of me just being like someone who's quite slow at reading, I have not touched this really since I got back from France. I read maybe a third of it in France. I had Middlemarch out there as well, so I read the two of those together. And then like I just haven't really been reading since February, which is awful. So we're now in April. I know that I could just finish this in one sitting if I really wanted to, and I might just do that. As well as reading some of my own stuff, which I like to do when I've got a little bit of time on my hands, just to reflect and to stand for myself a little bit on what me and God have been able to create creatively together. So yeah, and I also have some oats in a nice little jar. I'm a little bit hungry, and I think that I will be hungry. Rather than buying something out like right away, because I might get dinner, I thought I'd bring myself a little snacky snack. So there you go. Nice cup of tea at the John Lewis place to eat in Oxford Street. I'm gonna go to Insta, pick up some dinner, but I think the Selfridges first, so just like keep it quiet.